Welcome to an exciting journey through the world of strange foods. We'll talk about the 20 strangest fruits you've probably never heard of in this movie. From their bright colors to their unique tastes, these fruits will amaze you with their unique traits and exciting histories. Get ready to be amazed by these fantastic finds, whether you love fruits or are just interested in nature's secret gems. Let's delve into 20 most unique fruits you've never heard of. Number 1 will blow your mind. Number 20. Salak. The palm tree salak comes from the Java and Sumatra Islands in Indonesia. Its skin is rough, so it is also called snake fruit. It is grown all over Indonesia, and in places like Bali, Lombok, Timor, Maluku, and Sulawesi, it has even become a native plant. There are at least 30 different kinds of salak trees in Indonesia, and they all have different flavors, from sour to sweet. The Salak Pondo from Yogyakarta is one of the most famous types. It has a strong smell and is sweet even before it is fully ripe. In the 5 years before 1999, Yogyakarta's Salak production jumped to 28,666 tons a year, showing its popularity with people there. Salak is a popular dish in Bali that is thought to have come from the mountains near Sabaton. Both locals and visitors love it. Salak Bali is a type that is only found in that area. It comes in more than 15 different kinds, and their tastes range from sweet to sour, like grapefruit and pineapple. The fruit is about the size of a significant fig and is both crisp and juicy. Some types of salak, like salak gondok and salak gula pasir, have little or no of the astringent and starchy taste that salak kadinding does. It's also known for having a lot of acidity and not much astringency, which makes foods taste better. Number 19. Noni. Noni juice is made from the fruit of the Morinda citrifolia tree, which grows in Southeast Asia and Australasia. There is no scientific proof to support the claims that this product can help with diabetes, depression, hemorrhoids, and arthritis, even though it is sold as a cure. The company Morinda Inc. was sued in 1998 for making false claims about the health benefits of their Tahitian noni juice, which was considered an unapproved new drug by both state and federal food and drug laws. Anthraquinones, found in the noni plant stems, leaves, and fruits, have been linked to liver and other organ damage from noni juice. In 2005, there were 2 confirmed cases of acute hepatitis, which was thought to have been caused by drinking Tahitian noni juice. At first, the European Food Safety Authority didn't think there was enough evidence to prove a link between noni juice and liver damage. However, later reports showed that some people might be more likely to be affected by its liver-damaging effects. Number 18. Buddha's hand. Buddha's hand, also called fingered citron, is a unique citrus fruit. It is an orange fruit with no pulp, juice, or seeds. Its name comes from how it looks, like a hand with fingers spread out, though some types look more like a hand closed. The bright yellow peel hides a bitter white pith. On the other hand, the zest tastes like lemon blossoms and makes any recipe that calls for citrus zest better. For a sweet treat, you can also make candy out of the peel. Buddha's hand does best in warm or temperate areas like other citrus fruits. It can be used as a sweetener when fully ripe in the winter. Most of the time, you can get it until spring. It usually comes out a little later than oranges, but a little earlier than grapefruit. The name Buddha's hand comes from Cantonese, Mandarin, Japanese, Korean, and Vietnamese, which shows how important it is to these languages. The fruit has long been given as gifts in Buddhist shrines, especially the closed finger types that look like prayer hands. It represents happiness, longevity, and good luck. Number 17. Polysun. Polysun is a tropical fruit that comes from the Sapandaceae family. Other well-known fruits in this family are rambutan, lychee, and longan. People often mix it up with rambutan because it looks a lot like that fruit, but polysun is sweeter than both rambutan and lychee. Not so easy to find, though, outside of Southeast Asia. The name polysun comes from the Malay word pulas, which means twist. This name emphasizes the fruit's unique qualities. The polysun tree does best in tropical areas and is very wet between 110 and 350 meters above sea level. In Malaysia, the best fruit is said to be produced after a long dry season. The fruit is oval and 5 to 7.5 centimeters long. It has thick, leathery, dark red skin, conical, blunt-tipped tubercles, and thick, fatty spines up to 1 centimeter long. There may be 1 or 2 seeds close to the stem. The shiny white or yellowish-white meat inside sticks to the thin, grayish-brown seed coat that separates from the seed. It tastes sweeter than rambutan. The seed is light brown and 2 to 3.5 centimeters long. It can be circular, oblong, or ellipsoid in shape. Polysun is easier to handle than rambutan because it doesn't have hairy edges. The meat is juicy and tasty, and separating from the seed is easy. The seed can be eaten raw, and it tastes like almonds. Number 16. Kupwachu. Located in tropical rainforests, the kupwachu tree is linked to the cocoa tree and can be found growing there. It is cultivated extensively in the Amazon basin and the northern region of Brazil. It is successful in Acre, Amazonas, Pará, and Amazonas. This is the case. The average height of a kupwachu tree is between 5 and 15 meters. However, some can reach up to 20 meters in height. There are 9 or 10 pairs of veins on the leaves of the trees, which are 25 to 35 centimeters in length, 6 to 10 centimeters in width, and have brown bark. The leaves change color from pink to green as the plants develop. Instead of chocolate, kupwachu is used in beverages, snacks, and sweets instead of chocolate, since it is less expensive and can withstand heat better than chocolate cannot. In the past, a Japanese company known as Asahi Foods attempted to obtain a patent on the production and utilization of kupwachu seed fat, but they were unsuccessful. Another term for kupwachu seeds is asahi, often called asahi seeds. Various applications may be found for the wood that comes from kupwachu trees. Building stuff is another application for it. Number 15. Carambola starfruit. Situated in Southeast Asia, the Avaroa carambola is a tropical fruit native to the region. Numerous individuals in Brazil, Southeast Asia, South Asia, the South Pacific, Micronesia, and certain East Asian regions, as well as the United States of America and the Caribbean, consume it. Because the meat of this fruit is firm, crisp, and incredibly juicy, it is popular among people. The texture is similar to grapes, but it does not include fiber. When carambolas have reached their full maturity, they acquire a yellow color with a trace of green, or when they have entirely lost their green color. If the fruit is selected when it is still primarily green, it has the potential to turn yellow at room temperature. Nonetheless, the amount of sugar it contains will remain the same. If the fruit is plucked while it is still primarily green, it can become yellow at room temperature, but its sugar content will remain the same. This occurs when the color is yellow with a slight green tint, or when the fruit has no more green spots. If carambolas are allowed to ripen excessively, they will turn yellow with brown patches, become mushier, and lose their flavor. Ripe sweet carambolas have a sour flavor similar to oxalic acid and are only slightly sweet. They rarely contain more than 4% sugar. Individuals frequently describe the flavor as combining apple, pear, grape, and lemon flavors. However, it is difficult to explain. Number 14. Shalta, elephant apple. The shalta plant, also called the elephant apple, is native to Southeast Asia. It can be found in India, Bangladesh, and Sri Lanka. Its range goes from southern China and Vietnam in the east to Malaysia and Indonesia through Thailand in the south. It is grown all over Bangladesh and can also be found in the larger Chittagong forest. The fruit grows best in warmer northern India, especially in Assam and Kolkata. You can also find shalta in the dry hill areas of Bihar, Orissa, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, and Madhya Pradesh. The Indian government doesn't let people take shalta from the bush because wild elephants love it. Farmers and elephants have fought over food, especially around Kolkata, where farmers have taken too much food from the elephants, and they have come into towns to find it. Some call the Shalta tree a small tree or bush that stays green all year. It can grow up to 15 meters tall. Its leaves are 15 to 36 centimeters long, have veins, and have a profoundly wrinkled surface. The big fruit consists of 15 carpels, each with 5 seeds and a tasty pulp inside. Number 13. Tamarillo. A little tree or shrub known as the tamarillo produces a delicious fruit that resembles an egg. It belongs to the family of flowering plants known as the Solanaceae, commonly called the nightshade family. People worldwide adore it, particularly in the United States of America, Peru, Colombia, New Zealand, Ecuador, Rwanda, and New Zealand. In addition to Bolivia, Argentina, Chile, Ecuador, and Peru, the Andes are the origin of the tamarind tree, which is planted in those countries. Orchards and fields are used to cultivate it in these areas so that the local population can consume it. This fruit is quite well liked. It was formerly known as a tree tomato. However, the New Zealand Tree Tomato Promotions Council decided to alter the name of the fruit to tamarillo to differentiate it from conventional garden tomatoes and to give it a more sophisticated appearance. The fruits are egg-like in appearance and are 4 to 10 centimeters in size. There are a variety of colors among them, including yellow, orange, red, and even a hint of purple. They occasionally have dark lines running down the length of their bodies. Yellow or orange fruits have a higher sugar content than red ones. Not only is the meat rough, but there are also a more significant number of enormous seeds than in a conventional tomato. Because of its low calorie count and high vitamin and iron content, tamarisks benefit one's health. Number 12. Akebia. This plant is Akebia quinnata, native to Japan, China, and Korea. It is also known as the chocolate vine. It is spread throughout the eastern United States, from Georgia to Michigan to Massachusetts. It lives in the wild on hills, gardens, trees, edges of forests and streams, and slopes of hills. This evergreen climbing plant can grow to be over 10 meters tall. It has 2 layered leaves that look like palms. Each leaflet is elliptical or oval, and the tip is cut. The flowers smell like chocolate and are grouped in racemes with 3 or 4 petals each. The akebia's fruit is a sausage-shaped pod with juice that can be eaten. The seeds are covered by a white, sweet pulp that feels like gelatin. Japan enjoys this fruit during certain times of the year because its meat is soft and sweet, like white dragon fruit. People often eat the slightly bitter rind as a veggie. The vines of the plant are typically used to make baskets. They are sometimes stuffed with ground beef and fried. Akebia fruit is used in traditional Chinese medicine to treat rheumatoid arthritis and urinary tract infections, and women are unable to breastfeed their babies properly. This shows that it has many uses besides just being a food source. Number 11. Jabuticaba, the Brazilian grape tree. The Jabuticaba tree is exciting and comes from Rio de Janeiro, Minas Gerais, Goiás, and São Paulo in Brazil. It is in the Myrtaceae family. In addition to Bolivia, Brazil, Argentina, Paraguay, and Peru, you can find different kinds of Mycaria, often known by the same familiar names. The unique purple-black fruits with white pulp grow right on the tree trunk, making a beautiful sight. You can eat these fruits straight up or make candy, jam, juice, and even wine from them. The fruit is a big berry with thick purple skin about 3 to 4 centimeters across. It looks like a slip-skinned grape. The thick purple skin is astringent, and inside is a delicious white or rose-colored gel-like flesh that surrounds 1 to 4 large seeds of different shapes based on the species. When left at room temperature for 10 days, Jabuticaba seeds become dormant, so they can't grow. Brazil has grown Jabuticaba since pre-Columbian times. It is now grown for profit in the middle and southern parts of the country. However, the fruit grows slowly and only lasts for a short time, which makes it harder to grow commercially in the northern hemisphere. This makes it more of a regional treat. Number 10. Wolfberry, goji berry. The fruits of 2 closely related species of boxthorn in the nightshade family Solanaceae are goji berries, also called wolfberries. These species are Lycium barbarum and Lycium chinense. These berries are from Asia and have been used in traditional Chinese, Korean, and Japanese medicine for a very long time. since at least the 3rd century AD. Since around 2000, goji berries and products made from them have become more prevalent in industrialized countries as health foods and alternative medicine. These products are often sold with health claims that are too good to be true. In the 1730s, the Duke of Argyll brought goji berries to the UK, mainly used as hedges and gardening for looks. In the early 2000s, farmers in the US and Canada started growing goji berries for profit. They did this to meet the growing demand for fresh berries, juice, and prepared foods. One of the craziest marketing claims that has never been proven is that a Chinese man named Li Qingyuan ate wolfberries every day and lived to be 256 years old. The story behind the goji berry has helped it become known as a superfood. Number 9. Yuzu is an aromatic citrus from East Asia. Yuzu is a unique citrus fruit and plant from the Rutaceae family. It is mostly grown in East Asia, but has also been grown in Australia, Spain, Italy, and France in recent years. Yuzu is thought to have come from a cross between a mandarin orange type called Yichang pepeta and another citrus reticulate variety. This fruit looks like a small grapefruit and has a bumpy peel that can be yellow or green, depending on how ripe it is. Yuzu fruits usually have a smell and are about 5.5 to 7.5 centimeters across, but they can get as big as grapefruit. Yuzu bushes or trees are small and have a lot of big straight thorns. The leaves have broad, leaf-like petioles and a strong scent, like those of the kaffir lime and Yichang pepeta. Because yuzu is so prevalent in Japanese food, much of it is grown in Japan directly. The fruit's peel, rind, and juice are used in many of the same ways that lemons are used in other cuisines. Yuzu has a sour, fragrant taste similar to grapefruit, with light mandarin orange undertones, making it a popular and useful ingredient in many recipes. Number 8. Longan, the dragon eye fruit. Lychee, rambutan, and longan trees are tropical trees famous for their tasty fruit. The longan tree is one of the most famous members of the Sapadilla family. The longan fruit is similar to the lychee, but doesn't smell as good. It grows naturally in humid parts of China and Asia. The name Longan comes from the Cantonese word Longan, which means dragon eye. When peeled, the fruit looks like an eyeball, with the black seed showing through the transparent skin like an eye's pupil and iris. The seed is small, round, and challenging, with a surface that looks like enamel. When the fruit is fully ripe and just picked, it has a thin, tough, bark-like shell that can be easily pulled off by pressing the pulp, like a sunflower seed. But if the fruit takes in more water, the shell gets lighter and more fragile, which makes it harder to peel. The hardness of the shell can be affected by things like picking it too early, the type of fruit, the weather, and how it was transported or stored. Some types of longan fruit are sweet and juicy, but neither the seed nor the peel is eaten. Asian food uses longan fruit in many ways, like soups, snacks, desserts, and sweet and sour meals. It's often canned and kept fresh in sauce, but you can also eat it like any other fruit. Longans are sweeter and drier, like dates. On the other hand, lychees are usually juicy and have a tartness that tastes like tropical grapes. Number 7. Jackfruit, the giant fruit of the tropics. The jackfruit, often called the jack tree, belongs to the fig, mulberry, and breadfruit family. It comes from the western Ghats jungles in southern India, Sri Lanka, Malaysia, Indonesia, and the Philippines. The jack tree does well in tropical plains and is grown all over the world in tropical areas. It grows the most significant fruits of any tree. Each fruit can weigh up to 55 kg and be 90 centimeters long and 50 centimeters wide. A good jack tree can produce about 200 fruits a year. Older trees can produce up to 500 fruits a year. The fleshy buds of an unripe jackfruit can be eaten, and the fruit comprises hundreds to thousands of separate flowers. When ripe jackfruit, it's sweet and often used in treats. When jackfruit is canned, it has a mild flavor and a meat-like texture, which is why it's called vegetable meat. Jackfruit is an essential addition to South and Southeast Asian cooking, whether ripe or not. Number 6. Sapadilla, the long-lived tropical tree. The Sapadilla tree is an evergreen species native to the southern regions of Mexico, Central America, and the Caribbean. It thrives naturally in the ecoregion of coastal Yucatan, which is characterized by peat and mangroves. While the Philippines were under Spanish colonial control, the tree was brought to the country. Since then, it has spread to other countries, including India, Pakistan, Thailand, Malaysia, Cambodia, Indonesia, and Vietnam. Sapadilla is derived from the Spanish word zapote, derived from the Nahuatl word zapatl. Sapadilla is originally a Mexican dish. With trunk diameters that can reach up to 1.5 meters, the Sapadilla tree has the potential to reach heights of more than 20 meters under its own power. On the other hand, the height of cultivated types typically falls somewhere between 9 and 15 meters overall. Both the tree's resilience to wind and its bark, which is abundant in chicle, a white sticky latex, are well-known characteristics of the tree. The attractive leaves of this plant are glossy, medium green in color, and range in length from 7 to 15 centimeters. They are arranged in an alternating pattern and have an elliptic to oval shape. The Sapadilla is a plant that produces tiny white bell-shaped flowers and a corolla with 6 petals. When the fruit is picked, it has a tough outer skin and a white chicle that is exuding throughout its body. However, a Sapadilla that has reached its complete maturity has sagging skin and does not generate a chicle when it is picked. Large berries, measuring 4 and 8 centimeters in diameter, make up the fruit. The flesh of this fruit has a feel similar to that of a ripe pear, and its color ranges from a light yellow to an earthy brown. Typically, 1 to 6 seeds are included within each fruit. Sapadilla is consumed fresh or utilized in various culinary applications, and it is admired for its sweet and malty flavor. Now it is time for our subscriber pick. Imagine a fruit the size of a bowling ball or a man's manhood, covered in sharp thorns and smelling like gym socks. That's the durian, a Southeast Asian delicacy known for its pungent odor. Some people find the smell revolting, while others adore the creamy custard-like flesh inside. Durian is so controversial that it's banned from some public places in Southeast Asia. Would you dare to try this kind of fruit? What are your thoughts? Let us know in the comments. Number 5. Passion fruit. The delight of the unknown plants belonging to the genus Passiflora are responsible for producing passion fruit. The name passion fruit comes from the species of flower known as passion flower, which is the English translation of the Latin genus name for the plant, which is Passiflora. Around 1700, Brazilian missionaries named the plant Flor das Cinco Chagas, which translates to flower of the 5 wounds. This name was chosen to represent the crucifixion and resurrection of Christ, and other portions of the plant were named after aspects of the Passion of Jesus. The shape of passion fruits can be described as either round or oval, and they are available in a variety of colors, including green, yellow, red, and purple. The portion of the fruit that humans consume is the middle, which is sweet and edible and contains many seeds. A pulpy and juicy material surrounds the core. The fruit of the passion fruit can be squeezed to get its sweet juice. Number 4. Sugar apples, the sweet treat. Annona squamosa, the most farmed species of annona, produces the sugar apple, also known as sweet sop. This particular species is indigenous to the tropical regions of the Americas and the West Indies. Spanish traders brought it to various parts of Asia by Manila galleons that landed in the Philippines. The shape of the fruit ranges from spherical to conical, with dimensions of 5 to 10 centimeters in diameter and 6 to 10 centimeters in length. It weighs between 100 and 240 grams. Although the seeds are brown to black in color and range from 20 to 40 per fruit, they are complex and glossy. However, you can find them without seeds in Taiwan and Hong Kong. There is a continuous process of developing new type variants. The Tianamoya, the pineapple sugar apple, was brought to the United States in 1908. It is a popular fruit in Taiwan because it is comparable in sweetness to the sugar apple, but has a unique pineapple flavor. Number 3. Manila Tamarind. This tree serves multiple purposes. The Manila tamarind is a flowering plant in the family Fabaceae. It is indigenous to the Pacific coast and highlands of Mexico, as well as Central America and northern South America. Other plants have this name, the most notable of which is Samanhea saman, also known as monkey pod. As a result of the Manila galleons, the species has made its way to Guam, the Philippines, the Caribbean, and Florida. In addition, it has been brought to South Asia and Thailand, both of which are considered invasive regions. The Manila tamarind, despite its name, is not related to tamarinds and is not indigenous to either Manila or Madras despite its name. The seed pods contain a pulp that is both sweet and sour. In Mexico, it is either consumed raw or used to enhance recipes that feature meat. In addition, when combined with sugar and water, it can be used as a base for cocktails. The Huastec people of northern Veracruz and San Luis Potosi in Mexico use different tree components to cure gum disease, toothaches, and even cancer-related conditions. When combined with alcohol, the leaves are considered to be effective in treating bile and preventing both abortions and miscarriages when applied as a poultice. Number 2. Durian, the king of fruits. Several tree species belonging to the genus Durio, found in Indonesia, Malaysia, the Philippines, and Thailand, produce the durian, a fruit that can be consumed. At least 9 of these species can produce fruit that can be consumed, with Durio zibethinus being the most well-known species globally. As of 1987, approximately 300 cultivars had been recognized in Thailand, while Malaysia had approximately 100. Other species can be found at the marketplaces in their particular localities. The durian is a fruit known for its big size, pungent odor, and thorn-covered rind. In certain locations, it is referred to as the king of fruits. The fruit can reach a length of up to 13 centimeters and a diameter of up to 15 centimeters, and it can weigh anything from 1 to 3 kilograms. The shape of the fruit can range from rectangular to circular. The husk can be anywhere from green to brown, and the color of the flesh can be anywhere from pale yellow to red. Even though some people find the aroma of the durian to be pleasantly sweet, others find it to be quite terrible, comparing it to the smell of rotting onions, turpentine, and raw sewage. The odor elicits a range of responses, from profound appreciation to severe revulsion. Many hotels and public transit systems in Southeast Asia have banned the fruit because of its persistent scent, which may remain for days. Alfred Russel Wallace, a British scientist who lived in the 19th century, described the flesh as a creamy custard heavily flavored with almonds. Despite its aroma, the flesh is respected. The flesh can be consumed throughout the various phases of ripeness, and it imparts flavor to a wide variety of savory and sweet dishes prepared in Southeast Asian cuisines. Moreover, the seeds can be cooked using this method. Number 1. Wakra, Pona palm tree, the evergreen marvel. The Wakra Pona palm tree, also known as the Wakra Pona palm tree, is attracting the attention of people all over the world as researchers continue to investigate its multiple advantages. This enormous evergreen palm has a prostrate or buried stem that can grow up to 45 centimeters in diameter and forms a loose cluster of growth. This is characteristic of the species. Nevertheless, the most prominent characteristic of this tree is its peculiar appearance, which has resulted in several humorous parallels. Some people believe that the roots of the Wakra Pona palm tree might have favorable effects on sexual health, specifically in improving penis sensitivity and enhancing orgasms. This is because the Wakra Pona palm tree has a distinctive shape that has given it a reputation for resembling a particular human body region. The palm family is among the most well-known and commonly cultivated plant families. They have been a vital component of human history for ages through the provision of a wide range of goods and foods. Palm trees are among the most essential plants in terms of commercial significance today. They are frequently utilized in landscaping and horticulture. Would you be willing to share your comments with us if you have ever tried any of the fruits featured today? Thanks for watching this video. What is the most peculiar food you have ever eaten? Let us know in the comments below. Remember to like this video, share it, and subscribe to this channel.